Hello, hello, hello. How are you all? I'm back. I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm not at home, but I am going to do my review of Halloween Horror Nights here. I'm going to talk about each maze, each scare zone, and yeah, this is going to be my Halloween Horror Nights review. Let's go ahead and get started. But how are all of you today? Thank you to the one person that is joining. One person that has joined so far. Sorry. Let's go ahead and I'm sorry. One person that has joined so far. Sorry. Theme park lifestyle. How are you? Let's go ahead and. Are you ready for this week's Halloween Horror Nights update? Halloween Horror Nights review. Alrighty. So let's get started. I'm going to start with my just like what we did throughout the night. And we came on early entry night, which was actually capped at 10,000 people. So it was the wait times. We never waited more than 35 minutes for a fever film for maze, which was great, and we even got to do 2 rides as well. I didn't get to go through Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I saw some pictures of it, so I'll do my review of based on those pictures and based on what other people have said on that attraction as well. Alright, so let's go ahead. Again, sorry for this lighting. I am not at home. Hopefully I'll be back at home in a few weeks. So the lighting will be better. This kind of orange tint. Theme park lifestyle is great, and then Antonius, yeah. Hello, as a Halloween Hornet. On Saturday for my 11th year. That's awesome. I hope you loved it. I hope you loved it. I don't know if you're talking about Orlando or Hollywood, but I hope you loved it. So, speaking of Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood, let me turn monetization on. Speaking of Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood, we first went in. We got in. I wanted to get early entry, but my party was late, so we didn't get early entry. We got in about, I think, 6. About 7 o'clock because we were able to go right into Halloween, and that wasn't a early entry maze. So you walked in about 7 o'clock, and then you're immediately welcomed to 2 scare zones. Oh, and Tony's went to Hollywood. I hope you liked it. And unfortunately, Aldrich would be the scare zones first because, man, unfortunately, maybe it was opening night. I have plans to go back to Halloween Horror Nights with a couple of friends, maybe in October. So maybe we'll get better then. But the scare zones, all 3 of them, whereas Demon City looks cool, there's very lackadaisical monsters. It didn't seem there's a lot of monsters in the scare zones. In fact, with this with the chainsaw one, I didn't even know I knew the scare zone where it was supposed to be, but I didn't think I was in it. I thought I passed it because I didn't see any type of chainsaw people trying to scare me or do anything. And then they finally came when I was like halfway through. It's a small scare zone, so but they finally came and I was like, oh, you're kind of late. Demon City, like, kind of bleeds into Demon City. Kind of. It was almost like one big scare zone, but there's no like defined boundaries. And people thought, my friends thought, and even I thought, that the fire towers were like the start of the Demon City scare zone, but that was actually the end of the Demon City scare zone. Universal hopefully they do 2 scare zones like that again. Put up like some kind of transition to realize you're exiting one scare zone and entering another scare zone, and there's a gray area in between. It's very hard to tell. And also it's hard to tell because there's still no monsters in Demon City. There's some couple people on stilts, but there's very little monsters like roaming around, and at least what I noticed. Someone else could have had a better experience, like again on non-opening night. But yeah, I found that very interesting. And also when I came out of Bride of Frankenstein, the Silver Scream Queen scare zone, you knew they were in a scare zone because it was like all foggy and stuff. But yeah, very little actual scare actors were trying to come up to you, which I hope maybe that was just an opening night thing, and I hope that improved over the weekend into the week. Because I mean, on opening night, one of the reasons they did cap the capacity was because it was opening night, so either said something like there's production. It's like opening night might be a production delay, so maybe they're still working out the kinks for it, because it was open night and it was open night for the first time in 2 years. So maybe that's it. But if you, maybe Antonius can vouch, I mean, how was your scare zone experience? Did you did you notice a lot of scare actors there, or did you notice they're kind of lackadaisical as well, not very many? I'd be curious for Antonius and anybody else who was at Universal Hollywood's Halloween Horror Nights, if you thought the scare zone's kind of empty this year. If not, that means they picked it up, and that's awesome, because I can't wait for next time. But yeah, but if I were to rank the scare zones based on like coolness, I'd have to go, the chainsaw one would be the last, number 3. Demon City, number 2, because I like the fire towers, but besides the fire towers, there weren't really many decorations. And then also the number 1, Silver Scream Queens, because I love me some fog machines. I like those purple hues that they used. Yeah, purple hues that they used throughout the maze, or throughout the what you call it, the scare zone, which is cool. Well, theme park lifestyle floors impact the 100-minute lines. Yeah, so let me rephrase. The scare zones, there's people in them, but there's not a lot of scare actors. People-wise, again, on the opening night, it was capped at 10,000 people. So the longest I waited was 35 minutes. But on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, the lowest wait time was Walking Dead, and that was 50 minutes. And the highest wait time was 180 minutes for Haunting of Hill House. That's 3 hours. So it's definitely packed here too, theme park lifestyle. Just not on our opening night. They capped it to work out the kinks, but they definitely let the floodgates open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Plus, it was just the weekend in general. And I believe not every night was even sold out, but there's still like 3-hour lines and plenty of 2-hour lines. Almost every maze was over 100 minutes here as well, which is when I quickly made a mental note to myself, like definitely for in future years, I'm definitely going to go on opening night every year, because I hope they cap it like that every year, because it was quite nice to be able to do almost everything, and also a couple of rides, wrote Harry Potter and the Mummy, and again, never waited even for the rides. Harry Potter was like a walk-on, Mummy was a single rider, but it was awesome not having to wait like more than 35 minutes for something. But yeah, it's definitely 100 minutes now. Like I bet you this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe not Thursday. I'll be very curious to see if Thursday, because it is a school night, but Sunday was a school night. It's still 100 school work night. It's still over 100 minutes. But I'd be very curious if Thursday, what the wait times are like. But definitely Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend will definitely be well over 100 minutes. So if anyone's watching now and they plan to go on a weekend, in September and October, get the express pass. If you only plan to go one time, pay extra and get the express pass. You will probably be able to go on like 3 mazes out of 8. And that's what you want, that's fine, but you'll be waiting quite a long time to do that, especially with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter open this year. If you want to go check out Harry Potter, say, because I have friends personally that only go to Universal during Horror Nights. So some of them have never, like friends, one of the friends I went with, never been on Harry Potter in the Forbidden Journey. But since it was open this Horror Nights, it was her first time on it. So yeah, if you want to be able, if you have friends like that, or if you're like that, you've never been on the ride, I just get an express pass for everything, so you can get on all the mazes, check out any rides like Jurassic World. I know it's gonna be a lot of people's first time seeing the enhanced Jurassic World with Indominus Rex here at Hollywood, if they get on the ride, if they're able to get on it, because it's so busy. Unfortunately, you can't see Secret Life of Pets since you get a day-night combo ticket. But yeah, if you want to see some of the new rides, or rides you've never been on before, definitely get the express pass or get a frequent fear pass and go multiple times, because paying once on a Saturday is just a Friday, Saturday is just insane. With 3-hour lines potentially, you will never be able to let alone do all the mazes, but even do some of the rides that you may want to do as well. So it was my favorite maze. So, I'll get to that. Okay, so now let's go rank the mazes. Let's go rank these mazes. So the first maze we did was Halloween 4. By the way, Horror Nights, none of these mazes ever like scare me, so I'm not gonna rank them on scareability per se, because they never scare me. I always find them entertaining. I don't really get scared by them, but I find all of them really fun, trust me, and I find the whole event really fun, but none of them really scare me. One of the classic Monsters mazes did actually got me a couple of jump scares a couple years ago, but Horror Nights, I'm not usually one to get super scared or scared at all. A lot of my friends, though, end up crying or dropping. Not really this year. This year's kind of a weaker year on the scares, but we're bringing things back up to par. Next year should be really good. But again, I'll be at Knott's in 11 days from now, on the 25th, and all my Halloween Horror Nights coworkers told me that Knott's is quite the scare show, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, so I'm going to be ranking my mazes like my favorite one based on like set design, story, and not really scareability. But I'll mention how scary it was as well. So the first one I went was Halloween 4. And that was amazing. 2018. It was very familiar. I don't remember it too much. I don't remember it too much from 2018, but I do remember some parts, and I feel like almost all Michael Myers mazes are kind of like the same, just Michael Myers popping out. But it was pretty cool. I enjoyed the maze. I loved the facade. I loved again the story. And they had some, I feel like, decent jump scares for people who are into that thing. I mean, I didn't get scared at all, but he definitely popped out enough times that I'd be like, "Oh, that was entertaining." Roy Play says it's only not crowded now because the first week of September it gets more crowded close to Halloween. It sure does. But like I mentioned before, a whole bunch of 100-minute waits just this past opening weekend. So I'd expect that opening weekend or any other weekend, potentially if you're going any other day besides Thursday, and you only want to go once, and it's the only time you go to Universal, definitely get that express pass. Pay a little bit extra. It'll be worth it. But yeah, Halloween was, if I were to rate the maze, I'd say it was about a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for me. Halloween maze. Anyone who's been to Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood already, let me know. Or even Florida. Well, I guess that's not a fair comparison. Actually, no. But I am curious, because I know Orlando's versions of things are always better. I don't think Orlando has Halloween, but if you've been to Hollywood opening weekend in the past few days, let me know what do you guys think of how what did you rank the maze? I rank it a 7 out of 10, but you know that could be just me. Bro plays likes Hollywood's version better. Oh, that's good. Because I never been to Orlando's, but every time I hear people say like, "Oh, Orlando's is so much better, so much better," so I'm excited to go to Orlando's. But I definitely like my Hollywood version. But yeah, Halloween 7 out of 10. Next, oh, by the way, I'm gonna tell you the only two mazes we need to go on, like I said, is Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead, we skipped because it's the same thing, so we weren't planning to go there anyway. So I'll give my review of that right now. That's the worst phase of the event because it's the same thing as it was since 2016, and I never really liked it. It's not scary, and it never changes, and it's personally terrible in my opinion. In fact, so terrible. I'd say if it was your one and only chance to go to Horror Nights, again, unless you have that Express Pass, skip it. Even when you have the Express Pass, go on it last. It's never a long wait. Yeah, like I said, even on Saturday, when almost every maze wait, even the Terror Tram was over 100 minutes, The Walking Dead was 50 minutes. That's less than half of all the mazes. It shows the people are don't like it or they don't want to go on it because it's always has such a low wait time. On my personal day, it was always like 5 or 10 minutes. We still didn't go on it. So The Walking Dead is my least favorite maze. I give it a 3. It's well themed. I'll give it that. It's well themed, but some of the characters don't really do a good job there, and I just don't like it honestly. So yeah, Walking Dead is my least favorite maze of this event. But after Halloween, we went to the little not Coco, the Dia de los Muertos area, and that's a cool little festival area. They have a bar, some games, some props to take pictures with, and some even walk around characters, some Day of the Dead walk around characters. It's actually really well themed. The Universal hopefully will bring that area back every year and maybe even add like a little show, little tiny. It doesn't have to be massive thing, just a little tiny stage, maybe the mariachi band or something. That'd be really cool because that's all is really missing. It has some good music like playing from speakers, but some live music would be really really cool, like on a little stage in that area. Now it's really definitely go check out the Dia de los Muertos area. It's right in the center of the plaza. It's a cool bar and just a really cool festive. It's really lit up. It's a really cool festive area, so definitely check it out. I really like my friends and I really like that area. But after we ate and drank there, we went to the Bride of Frankenstein, one of the two new mazes of the event. And surprisingly, the Bride of Frankenstein never had like a long wait. Haunting in Hill House had a 65-minute wait. That's the longest wait of the night. But Bride only had like a 20-minute wait. And even on the busier days at times, on the weekend, late at night, it had a 20-minute wait. So, but it's still, don't let the small wait fool you. I thought it was a really cool maze. It still has the best facade of all the mazes in Hollywood this year. You walk right into the book, and each little hallway is a chapter, which is really cool. And I thought it was really cool thematically. It was really well themed. The story is cool, and it has some cool opportunities for jump scares for people that might get scared. I think my friend actually that's one of the two mazes that she dropped on because she got a little scared there. So I highly recommend it. I give it actually a 9 out of 10 because I just love the idea that you walked right into the book and Slash was there. His music's playing. What a great soundtrack again. And yeah, I love the idea that you walked right into the book. This was the one I'm curious about Orlando's as well because I won't be able to make it to Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. If anyone watching this now or later went to Halloween Horror Nights Orlando and went to Bride of Frankenstein, I'm curious to see what their version was like and if it was better or the same. But I loved ours because you walked right through a book and it was just fantastic. So definitely a 9 out of 10. Definitely, I'd say it's not to be missed if you're going to Halloween Horror Nights. Royal Play says he's getting the express pass. He he gets to do 2016 or 2017 Halloween. He gets the 2018 year, but not Halloween. So glad he can do it too. Yeah, definitely go check it out. It's a cool maze to go through. After Bride of Frankenstein, we walked over and we actually rode Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. After that, we went to the Terror Tram, and oh boy, the Terror Tram. I love the idea that you can get off and walk into the back lot. But I much prefer the idea, like in 2019, where I took it away and used the space for more mazes. I loved when we got 10 mazes because there was no Terror Tram. That was fantastic. Also, the theme for the Terror Tram is like probably the worst theme ever, and it was the Purge, the ultimate Purge. I don't like the Purge scare zones. I don't like the Purge mazes. I don't think it was the Purge maze, but the Purge scare zone. And it's not a good Terror Tram, but it's the Purge itself is best for the Terror Tram, but the Terror Tram is there's no because you're not claustrophobic. You're just walking around. Most of it's just walking to the maze and then you get picked up. It's not certainly not the scariest thing. In fact, I'd give the scariability of the Terror Tram at like 0. At sections, it was cool, well themed, but I think it's definitely time for the Terror Tram to go. At least take another break. It was nice, like I said, because we got rid of the Terror Tram in 2018. It birthed Pandora's Box, which is my favorite maze in 2019. And you know what? I have to go through Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it's definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite maze this year as well. I loved Pandora's Box, even though they took away a key scene at the grand finale, but it's still a great maze. I don't know why people hate it. A lot of people don't like Pandora's Box, at least online. And obviously people do like it because it came back. It has high guest satisfaction rating. So let me know. Do you like Pandora's Box? I'll ask again when I talk about it. But yeah, like this video if you like Pandora's Box. And like this video if you don't like it. Because I'm curious to see how many people like it or don't. But yeah. So Terror Tram, I'll give it a 5. Antonius's favorite maze at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So beautiful, brutal, and terrifying. Yeah. Can't wait to go back and check out Texas Chainsaw Massacre. After studio tour, we actually did go downstairs and went to The Exorcist. Saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Exorcist actually had about the same weight. But went to The Exorcist, and one of the cool things before you even enter The Exorcist is that they open the gates to Super Nintendo World a little bit, the construction wall, so you have to walk through the construction wall to get to The Exorcist, and they kind of utilize the Transformers extended queue, which is nice, which is kind of cool. And then you walk to the sound stage. So it's so cool that it's in a sound stage because the sound kind of amplifies, the soundscape like bounces off the walls and it sounds like 10 times louder than it probably actually is, than it would be like in a maze. So it really hypes you up. And I love the facade. It was fantastic. This maze does have, because most of The Exorcist plays in a bedroom, so a lot of black walls, but they try to change up the black walls like with disappearing mirrors, which was kind of trippy. I was like, oh wait, there's a mirror. Oh wait, there's someone. Oh wait, there's no one. That effect was really awesome. I liked that. And of course, when you got to each bedroom scene, very well themed and actually very creepy. Very, very, very creepy. Again, didn't get scared. It was out of all the mazes there that I could have gotten scared from, it would have been The Exorcist because it's just really creepy. Very creepy. So be prepared. Very, very creepy. But really awesome. Really cool. And it was very I liked it. I liked it a lot. I didn't get to see it in 2016, so this was actually my first time going through to see The Exorcist. So I was very excited because it was a breakout maze from 2016. So it was nice to see it here. And I'd give it about a 9 out of 10. And a 7 on the scareability scale. I feel like you can really scare some people just by looking at that, the gross possessed child. there of The Exorcist. So yeah, 9 out of 10. Skipping skipping over to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Just based on the videos I saw, it looked very well themed. I've seen lots of chainsaws, and it looked like a pretty good scare for people to get like scared easy. I feel like it looked like a pretty good scare, and I feel like I wasn't in it, but I feel like it smelled good because there's one scene he's like doing barbecue. I feel like it smelled really good in that scene. I don't know why. Antonius, that was your favorite maze. In that barbecue scene, would they have a barbecue type? Did it smell like barbecue? Because that would have been awesome. Like, especially because right outside they had a little pop-up restaurant of the barbecue, Texas Chainsaw Massacre themed barbecue. Or was it Halloween? No, yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre themed barbecue. So if it smelled like barbecue in the maze, it would make you want to go right over to that restaurant and get some real barbecue, which Universal should definitely put some sense in there. So that's awesome. So I don't know. Ask Antonio's everybody for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre review, but it looked like a 9 to me. Looked like, again, it would be a 10 if it smelled like barbecue throughout the maze. That would be fantastic. I'll get back to you guys when I go back on it. Frankie Grizzly, what's up? Said, yo, what's up, Wizard? This is my favorite channel, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that I'm your favorite channel. I was the only one who picked from inside the mazes when they opened. Well, was that the only YouTube channel that had that? Interesting. I was curious. Is that why I got so many views? Because those videos got so many views, but then when I posted the POVs of the mazes, those didn't seem to interest people. But I know I got those from the OC registers. You kind of saw them on there as well. But I don't know. I thought I thought it would be on another YouTube channel as well to have the breakdown the pics. Says no, JP Land posted them, but I know he posted them on his Instagram. Let's see him do a video on it. But yeah, that was cool because that was awesome to see. Especially because Hill House, as we're gonna get to right after Pandora's Box, Hill House was so dark, like so dark. When you went through the actual maze, and you can see it on the video on my POV that I posted. It was so dark that I'm glad that the press of Register Mice Chat. I'm so glad that John Murdy and Universal gave that press tour because they actually showed pictures that you can actually see what it looks like inside. Because again, you go through the actual maze and it was so dark, almost too dark, because you almost couldn't see the beautiful set pieces in there. But it was still beautiful. The maze, the worst facade ever in Horror Nights history, but it was still a beautiful maze. Theme park lifestyle would have been hungry going through Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I 100% agree. But so after The Exorcist, we went to ride the Mummy single rider. Oh, let me tell you about the single rider real quick. Universal and Disney operations are usually awesome, especially Universal operations as well. But my goodness, so it was 5 of us into single rider. I rode by myself, and then all 4 of my friends got their own row. Like the single rider person just took all 4 of them to the same row. It's not like the line was empty. There's a 35-minute wait, but somehow they just took all 4 of them into the same row. I'm like, what? How? I'm like, you guys are so lucky. You guys all got to ride together, and I had to ride all by myself. I'm like, I don't know what the single rider person was doing, but clearly not doing the single rider drop. But it's okay because we all got in the Mummy, and it was Mummy. It was fun. And then after that, we went upstairs, and then we went to Pandora's Box. I'm the most humblest vlogger. Thank you. Pandora's Box remained my favorite maze of the year, of this year, because Gosh, I love that maze. So there's a scene at the end where it was like a massive room, and it was like all orange. It was like this orange sheeting with black polka dots, and and then there's like mannequins of the actual people. Then they just all start going crazy. That was in 2019, and they took it out. I took it out this year. It was like the grand finale. Oh my god, I was so upset. But the rest of the maze was beautiful and just really visually stunning. Even though my friends said it was the weakest in terms of scares, they thought it was the most visually stunning maze, and that's why it gets a 10 out of 10 in my book. It's still my favorite maze this year. I know people hate it. They hate it, hate it, hate it. A lot of people do, but and a lot of people love it. It's one of my other friends' favorite maze this year. So I was like, thank goodness. I'm so glad Pandora's Box is has about a 3 hour wait time, at least 2.5 hour wait time last weekend. So I'm so glad people love it. Next year, I hope it comes back and they bring back that room I was talking about, but even make more cool enhancements and more cool neon walls and stuff. I just love Pandora's Box. It's fantastic. Yeah, I really hope they did that. That was my favorite maze this year. And then Haunting of Hill House. So 65 minutes earlier, and it was 35 minutes when I went. It was last maze of the night. Closed at 1 a.m. 1 a.m. this time. It was Thursday, so got there about 12:30, about 12:20. Got out by 12:45. So it's probably less than 35 minutes, but it was a cool maze. I just wish it wasn't so dark because I wasn't able to appreciate the awesome set pieces as much because it was so dark and rainy and thundery. And fun fact, that night there was an actual thunderstorm outside. Um, in the distance, there's some beautiful, beautiful cloud to ground lightning strikes we were watching as we were walking towards the mazes and waiting in line for a maze. It was really awesome. If you watched like Dylan from Theme Park Obsession, his Horror Nights opening night, and maybe some other people's Horror Nights opening nights, Ordinary Adventures, and I'm sure you saw, or they took some video of that awesome lightning happening in the distance. It was fantastic. Again, Dylan from Theme Park Obsession got a real good shot and going to the lower lot on the Starway, overlooking to the mountains. You got beautiful clouds around lightning strikes. So that was cool to see that Halloween, real life thunderstorm at a Halloween event. Yeah, Haunting of Hill House was pretty cool. Again, I just wish it was a little more lit up so I could see the set pieces, but it was awesome. It wasn't scary. Definitely scary to some other people, but that wasn't scary to me. But I liked it. I give it about an 8 out of 10. Out of Haunting of Hill House and Bride of Frankenstein, I think, because Haunting of Hill House was so dark, I think I'd give it to Bride of Frankenstein for the two new debuts there. I think I'm gonna give it to Bride of Frankenstein. Although Bride of Frankenstein had a lot of outdoor sections, but Haunting of Hill House had a lot of indoor sections. So I don't know. But again, it was just so dark that I feel like I couldn't appreciate it as much as someone else could. But all great mazes except for The Walking Dead. That's a terrible maze, and I'll say that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. The Walking Dead is a terrible maze, but the other 7 were fantastic. Definitely, again, if you're going to Horror Nights, get that express pass. If you're going on a weekend, if you're on a Thursday, you may not need it. If you're going on Thursday and want to ride rides as well, you're definitely gonna need it. And if you, I'll take this time because regular Universal tickets $129. The other Horror Night tickets ranges what $64 to $99. Use this time if you don't care about Secret Life of Pets, but you care about Jurassic World. Use this time to at least try Jurassic World. Even if you have to do single rider, the new Indominus Rex is awesome, not to be missed. So this is your only time this year at Universal, or only time next few years that you're going to Universal Hollywood. Use this time to try Jurassic World. Particularly, here's my game plan. I would say, go downstairs, get their early entry, go downstairs, do Exorcist and Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the early entry. Then go around Jurassic World really quick. It won't be too cold because it'll still be light outside, and it'll still be a short wait because it'll be early entry. So just go in, ride it real quick. It takes about 7 minutes. You'll see an awesome Indominus Rex. So I'll come off saying, "Oh my gosh, that was amazing!" Then go back upstairs and do the Terror Tram and do the rest of the mazes. That's how I do that. If I were you and haven't seen Jurassic World, the new Indominus Rex yet in Jurassic World. But yes, that was my Halloween Horror Nights review. You guys let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite maze, favorite scare zone? My favorite was Silver Scream Queens, even though, again, I didn't think any of them did any justice. I think they all could have been like 10 times better. Not in the set design, but just with more scare actors running around. And maybe it's a COVID thing, maybe it's an open night thing, maybe it's a staffing thing. I don't know. But I feel like they could have had at least 5 to 10 times more scare actors running around, and maybe make the scare zones a teensy bit bigger, especially the ones in the beginning, the Chainsaw one, and Demon City. But let me know what you guys thought of the scare zones, the mazes. If you're planning to go and you haven't gone yet, what are you most excited about? What maze are you most excited about in Hollywood, and even in Orlando? What maze are you most excited about? And what scare zone are you most excited about as well? And are you super, super happy that the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is open? Will you be going on Forbidden Journey for the first time at night? Maybe not the first time, but will you be going on Forbidden Journey? Also, Hogwarts is lit up in its dark arts projection scheme, and it looks amazing just to take a big shot or just to stay there and gawk at it. You can also get a butterbeer. I got a butterbeer. It's like at 12:50 in the morning on my way home. That was a nice treat to head out to the park with. And your annual pass out discounts do apply at some places. Some places they don't because they say, oh, it's a special event, so it doesn't work. So, but still try. 15% to 20% off is pretty good if you're a gold and platinum member. So definitely keep trying. But yeah, that is it for this Halloween Horror Nights review. Let me know what you guys think is. What you guys thought of the video. If you like it, press that thumbs up. Subscribe for more theme park updates. I will post the rest of the mazes, but I think I'm going to post it 2 at a time because one at a time, you guys just don't seem to be interested in them because no one watches them. So I'm going to try posting them 2 at a time. Maybe tomorrow I'll post like Exorcist and something else. Exorcist and Terror Tram. I don't know. I'll see what's up. What's next? I posted 2 of them, so maybe I'll post Exorcist and Halloween or something like that. And then Terror Tram's kind of long, so I'll just do that by itself. But yeah, expect more Horror Nights POVs in the future, and something interesting is happening at Super Nintendo World. A massive crane appeared there today. So expect the Super Nintendo World update definitely this weekend, as always, but maybe even on Thursday. So keep a watch on for that. Other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you guys for watching and supporting. Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.